This is where it's located, right on the curb, and these are intended to help firefighters. It's helping save crucial minutes. 5 dead, including the gunman. You come to the backside, that's where you're seeing the damage over my shoulder. Stepping behind Nicole's camera to get your photo taken and share your story goes beyond that one moment in She is Tulsa. Building is going to collapse, and we did just see some parts come out from the second floor falling down into the first. Just gonna go ahead and take a look and see what this shows. So this is a grassy patch area, and if I stick this in here, there's nothing worse than coming home to find out that your AC isn't working when we're under an excessive heat warning. You may walk around town and notice some artwork and be like, this is a random spot for some artwork. While the Explorer Pack program just launched during the summer, park officials say that they plan to keep it going all year round. You can check out one of these packs at the lodge during park hours. In Tulsa, Amanda Slee, 2 News Oklahoma.
Pow, 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 pow.
This was the scene when gunfire broke out at the Taft Memorial Day Festival just after midnight Saturday. The shooting killed 1 and injured 7, including a 9-year-old.
Kids here hit, people here hit. Somebody was shot in the head laying right here.
It's something residents never expected would happen here in a town of 174.
No, you may see a fight or something like that, like a normal average, a lot of people, get hot-headed or whatever, but this never.
The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigations, who's handling the case, says it started with an argument. Tiffany Walton is the owner of Country Queen, a food truck at the event. She says they were having a good time serving food during the second day of the 4-day festival. But when the shooting started, they took cover.
We literally dropped down into the food truck because our food truck is getting hit. So we dropped down into the food truck and laid there. Here, and then right in here.
She showed us the 4 bullet holes in her food truck where the propane tank would usually sit. Once the shooting stopped, she says they jumped out to help those wounded.
Everywhere somebody was laying at, it was people somewhere helping because IMSA couldn't get her. Not quick enough. Nisi
Bates, the owner of Fat Fry's food trucks, says she also had to find her kids.
My son was actually close to the lady that was shot in the head, and my daughter was here at the store buying candy, so I knew that they were close.
OSBI says 1,500 people attended the event, including residents and visitors. We spoke to one man who came from Dallas. He asked not to be identified, but says he grew up in Taft and drove here to celebrate the holiday with family.
When we got here, it was normal. Everybody just hanging out and just glad that everything is seeming to be going back to like it used to be because it was dead for like 2 years. With the way it was looking, I thought that next year would be even better, but for something like that to happen, I kind of take that back.
He says they were in the car when they heard what sounded like fireworks, but then realized it wasn't.
It was a machine light, definitely more than one, because I heard what seems to be the 2 different types of shootings are.
With Taft being such a small community, everyone we spoke to says they know at least 1 person injured.
It's kind of hard to cope right now.
Yes.
We're still kind of catching up.
We're numb because we're tired. And it's like we've been out here all night long, couldn't get into our vehicles because they were all crime scenes. And it's just like when you know the people and there's little kids and stuff, it's bad.
OSBI says the victim was a 39-year-old woman. The injured range in age from 9 years old to 56. OSBI says those injured suffered non-life-threatening injuries. In the studio, Amanda Slee, 2 News Oklahoma.
This one was the one that hit home.
That was the worst one I've ever been to.
It was a Saturday afternoon in late April of 1993. It was stormy, but people were going about their day, traveling, working, watching TV, when suddenly the town of Catoosa lost power.
At that time, when your power went off, my TV came on to the lowest channel on the dial, and it was channel 2. And it came back on and flashed Catoosa, take cover right now. And it was the weather map.
Needs to take cover right now.
At the advice of Channel 2 meteorologist Terry Miller, a local florist took shelter in her uncle's basement. What she found when she came out shocked her. Cars thrown around like toys and businesses destroyed.
Just down past that metal building place, their restaurant was pretty much wiped out. I had a vision in my head of my flower shop being completely flattened except for the cooler standing, which was not true at all. I was the only business in my building that really didn't get any damage. I just had water damage.
The tornado ripped down Cherokee Street right through town, destroying homes and businesses, leaving a path of destruction. But it was here at the dispatch center that now Fire Chief Dennis Benton's story begins.
They didn't have no power. You know, the lights are off. That means the radio's dead, everything.
Chief Benton, driving up to a dark dispatch center, tried to get the building's generator powered on, but the powerful storm with hail made it impossible.
It was tearing me up. I didn't realize, you know, that how hard it hurts, because I didn't have a hat or nothing on, and I just remember it beating on the top of my head.
So thinking quickly, he grabbed a radio, went to the fire station, and kick-started his own search and rescue efforts with the help of a trucker.
The guy pulls up in a truck, and he's got a CB radio, and he's telling me that, hey, they're saying there's wrecks and dead people on I-44 in between the 161st and 193rd. And so we start dispatching what resources we have at that time.
Dozens of first responders with Catoosa and surrounding departments worked to reach people. In the end, the tornado killed 7 people. The tragedy still commemorated with this marker today. Reflecting back, Chief Benton and Miller say the terrible tragedy brought the community together. But looking forward,
I just pray we don't have it again.
Not to wish this on anybody else, but I'm hoping that Tornado Alley has moved a little bit.
in Catoosa, Amanda Slee, 2 News, Oklahoma. Out front the Beggs Telephone Company sits a payphone. Curious to see if it still works, the Ledford family made a stop.
918.
Sure enough, it did, and they dialed Grandma's number.
Hello.
But before they got Grandma on the phone,
I texted my mom right before we called her and said, pick up this weird phone number you're getting ready to get. So I didn't tell her what we were doing.
then the Ledford family had to figure out how to use it.
It's been years and years and years since I've even used one. So I had to, try and figure out, do we put the money in first? Do we dial the number first?
And would you believe how much it cost?
5 cents.
So when they got their grandma on the phone,
She didn't even know we were at the payphone until we told her.
She was surprised. She said, I was wondering who these little angelic voices were. Took her a minute to realize that it was Daisy and Brody calling.
I don't know how to hang up.
Ledford says while it was a short 2-minute phone call, it was still sweet.
Well, it's just fun to get outside and be with your family, make memories like this. It's kind of a silly thing, but it was really fun for them.
Now the Ledford family hopes others come to this payphone and make memories of their own. Hold on, Mom. In Beggs, Amanda Slee, 2 News, Oklahoma.